So the tribe that I chose was the Abenaki tribe. They lived in New Hampshire, Maine, and Vermont. But then in the 1670s, 1680s, they moved to Canada because European settlers kicked them out. So right now, they live scattered around New England and in some places in Canada. So something that's pretty cool about them is once a boy is born, he has to keep his hair long and it has to be down. But once he gets a girlfriend, he has to put it up in a ponytail. And then once he gets married, he has to shave all his hair off except that ponytail. So the story I chose to do today was Gluskabe and the Wind Eagle, Wachausen. And it shows why some days it's windy and some days it's not windy. Okay, so there once was a little boy named Gluskabe who lived with his grandmother near the water. One day he decided to go duck hunting, and then when he rode out into the middle of the ocean, but then the wind blew him back. He tried again, but the wind blew him back again. Gluskabe stomped into his grandma's house very angry. He yelled at his grandmother, "Grandmother, who makes the wind and where does he live?" The grandmother said, "The Wachausen, the Wind Eagle, makes the wind, and if you follow the wind straight on, you will find him." So Gluskabe started out on his adventure. Gluskabe went up so many hills trying to find Wachausen, and finally he did. On the highest peak was the Wachausen. Gluskabe screamed, "Grandfather, grandfather!" "Who calls me grandfather?" said Wachausen. "It's me, grandfather. I just want to congratulate you on how good you blow the wind." "Oh, thank you, grandson." And then Gluskabe said, "Wachausen, I think you'll blow your wind even better from another peak, which is even higher." And Wachausen said, "Do you really think so?" "Yes, grandfather. Well, I'll carry you over there." So then Gluskabe goes to a nearby birch tree and makes a carrying strap. He wraps the birch tree carrying strap around the Wind Eagle so tight that the Wind Eagle couldn't move his wings anymore. Then he picks him up and takes him to halfway down the hill. In a nearby crevice, he dropped the Wind Eagle, and then the Wind Eagle was stuck. "Grandson, what are you doing?" "Now I can go duck hunting because there's no wind." So Gluskabe goes back down to his house and decides to go duck hunting again. But this time it was too hot and it was muggy and the water was foaming up. It was not good weather for duck hunting. So Gluskabe went back to his grandmother's house and yelled at her again, "Grandmother, why is the weather like this? I cannot go duck hunting in weather like this." Grandmother said, "Well, the wind usually keeps our temperatures down and keeps the water from boiling and keeps the air clean." "Oh," said Gluskabe. Gluskabe went all the way back up to the mountain where he dropped the Wind Eagle. He went over and screamed, "Uncle, uncle!" The Wind Eagle said, "Who calls me uncle?" "It's me, uncle, and I'll pull you out of that crevice, but you just have to make one promise." "What is it, nephew?" "You have to promise that some days you'll blow your wind as strong as you want, but other days you can't blow your wind." Okay, nephew, I will keep your promise if you take me out of this hole." And that is why some days it is windy and some days it's not windy.